Let's replace the headlight housings and turn signal housings on my 2003 Chevy Suburban. So I have sanded these and polished them before, but they are yellowed out again, and so decided this time just to replace them because I've got a cracked turn signal housing, and I kind of wanted to go with clear turn signal housings and put an amber bulb in them. So that's what we're going to do. And actually I got a good deal on Amazon for the set, so it came with 2 headlight housings and 2 turn signal housings, and I pretty much wasn't much more to do that than do either the headlights or the turn signals by themselves. So decided just to go ahead and because I was gonna replace this cracked housing, and so I was like, well, turn signals or headlights are pretty faded, and it wasn't much more to get a package deal that included the headlight housings, so went that route. So let's get started. So if you're happy with the placement of your headlights, one thing you can do before you get started, and you can tell they're not perfectly even, but they're pretty good. So I just turned the headlights on, and the focal points of the headlights I just kind of outlined in tape, and so we'll just use that as a rough ballpark to get us close with the new housings when we put them in, and that just makes it quicker and easier, and I can do this all in the daytime and not really have to wait till night to kind of fine tune it. We should be ballparked about right, and I can raise my garage door back up, because I didn't put tape on the seams of the door. So all right, now let's get busy. Okay, like I said, when I was looking into this, it wasn't much more to buy a complete front lighting kit than either buying the individual turn signals, or if I was only replacing the turn signals, or if I was only replacing the headlights. It wasn't much more to just do both. So this is a kit from DNA Motoring. I'll put a link in the description. Seems like good quality. I mean, I don't know. I've got aftermarket headlights and turn signals on it right now, so I don't know. They seem to all hold up pretty well compared to OEM. So the other thing I did order was some miscellaneous different size. These are Xeon white. These are amber ones, I think. Yeah, amber. And then we've got more amber lights. And then these are, I don't know, maybe amber, maybe clear. We'll plug them in and see. I don't know. I did these, ordered all this stuff about 6 months ago. So, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and, like I said, I've done these before, but I'm gonna go ahead and just quickly knock out one side, refresh my memory, and I'll bring y'all back for the other side. Oh, as you can see, the adjustments for, when you buy these light sets, most of them, in my experience, come with the bracket as well. You're not just buying the housing. And so your headlight adjustment will be affected by doing this, because your adjustment is between the housing and the bracket. And so on the car itself, it's just a couple pins, and I'll show you all that. So we will have to readjust these. Okay, I wanted to show you this real quick. I'm still working on the one side to then show you the other side, but I just wanted to show you this, and I don't think most people would run into this issue, but I'm running these BeamTech LED headlights for the low beam, and I've just got Sylvanias in the high beam. I don't use high beams that often, And so I just left them, you know, plain old halogen bulbs. But I'll show you the issue I ran into. So two things. One, the clocking of this ring is slightly different than factory headlights. And I thought maybe these are aftermarket housings, or maybe, I don't know, they've got GM part numbers on them. I assumed these were aftermarket because they say guide on them, but maybe that was the OEM, or maybe the housings are replacement, but the bracket is OEM. I don't know. I think they're OEM. Anyway, these are the clock, the indexing of the notches was slightly different, and these beam techs are not adjustable. I took them apart, and they are not adjustable. So for you, those of you that know, that's the correct orientation, at least I guess for most LED headlights. You know, you want them, well, I guess I would call that 3 o'clock and 9 o'clock position, basically straight across. And so I couldn't really get enough engagement to get it clocked right where I felt good about it. You know, tried to flip it over, all that kind of stuff. And I was barely catching on one of the tabs. So I ended up just taking this little ring off, and I just kind of eyeballed it to the stock orientation and just re-drilled it and put it back in. And it works fine now. I've got good engagement on all three, you know, locking tabs. You can see a little better on this one how they, you know, they just engage here. And, you know, I would have one, no matter which way, you know, I could rotate it, you know, 180 degrees. And no matter which way I did it, you know, one of the tabs on the headlight would just be partially engaged into a tab. So I decided just to re-drill it. Well, the other issue I've run into is, and I adjusted this adjuster out to maybe help, but really, I wish the heat sink on these headlights was adjustable, and it would really benefit from being 90 degrees, because I kept running into this thing, and to get these bulbs in here, kind of have to disassemble it a little bit. You just can't get them in there. And same thing on the OEM one, you know, have to pop this out to get it out. So I knew that because I remembered it going, putting them in. So just little things you run into. So I think now we've got this ring, you know, issue fixed. What we're gonna have to see now is if we can clear, and we may just have to check the adjustment and maybe adjust them out a little bit. You know, maybe they're adjusted in too much and that's causing our issue. But if we, let's see, this needs to be rotated. So I guess I could have pre-staged all this, but that needs to be like that. This needs to be like that. And let's see if it clears now. It was not before, but I did adjust this out, kind of eyeballed it to what looked like how it was on the stock. And I think we're gonna be good. It looks like we are clearing now. So I think we've got it all lined up just right. So let me put this back together, and we can, I'll throw this one back in, and then I'll bring y'all back and show y'all how to remove, you know, these assemblies. Really not difficult. Well, there's your before and after shot. Big difference there. So let me show you what you need to do. All right, it's windy here, so I apologize for any wind noise. So driver and passenger side's it's the same as far as removal and install. What you'll need to do is, headlights are super easy, and the turn signals are as well. So you just pop these pins out of their little holders and just pull them straight up. And so now we're just going to kind of wiggle the headlight out, kind of work it around the grill because it kind of tucks in behind it. And then we've got our headlight plugs. So we'll undo those. And if you don't, yours will probably plug in straight there, but I've got LEDs. It has this little pigtail. So let's do this one-handed. And headlight is done. So with the turn signal, got you zoomed in a little bit. So here's the turn signal right here. Daytime running right here. And what I like to do is I come in here with the screwdriver, and this is the clip that holds it in. This is made on to the turn signal housing, and I just push in on it and let the screwdriver go in behind the clip. And then as I'm pushing in, I twist the screwdriver, and that pulls it out. And then I just come over here and grab the edge, outside edge of the light, and just pull it out. So I just grab over here, pull it out, and then on this side, it fits. Use the screwdriver as a pointer. It fits. This is part of the the front end of the car. This is our housing. It fits in there, and then back in here, right down in there, it fits in right there. So if you kind of pull it out, you see how it came out of there and how it tucks back in. You'll have to do that with the new light. Just kind of push it and tuck it in there. You can see it better. See, this tucks in to there. So, and then these little things go into here. So hopefully that makes sense. And let me just unplug these. We'll pull it out. Quick and easy. Okay, real quick on your bulbs. This one just twists and comes out. This one, push the tab and twist it, it comes out. And this one as well, push the tab and twist it and it comes out. So I'm gonna swap these bulbs out, do my little modifications to our headlight, our new headlight housing. Once you get the headlight out, you can come over here and you're just gonna twist and pull it out. And the same thing for your low beam. I can't get mine out. I'm gonna have to disassemble it a little bit to get this out. It just won't fit. Like I said, LED headlight, heat sink's too big. So I'm gonna do that real quick. I'm gonna do those modifications I showed you that I did to the housing, to the new housing, and then I'll show you putting these back in. Okay, bulbs installed, sockets installed. So we're gonna just put the light in this little holder back in here. I don't know if you can see that. I don't know the best route, the best position to get y'all in. Make sure your wires are out of the way. And these are actually replacement sockets, these daytime running ones, because they are bad about burning out. I recommend putting LED daytime running lamps in. So we've got that hooked in back in there. It's hard to see, but see down in there it's hooked. And make sure all your wires are out of the way, and then you're just going to come and snap that in. So that's installed. Let me get the headlight. It is super windy. I'm trying to shift the camera here. But headlights are plugged in, and I tucked this corner in over here Just kind of get it tucked in that way, and then it's a tight fit between the grill and there. Once you get that in, then you're gonna line these up, drop your pins in. I like to get both of them started, and then sometimes these aftermarket ones, you gotta kind of look at the alignment of the bottom pin, kind of watch it as it goes in. And yeah, we might need to kind of push on it or something to get it. Try to get in there and see. Yeah, there we go. Just need to be wiggled a little bit. So let me get out of the wind. Okay. So that's installed. Now I'm gonna go and adjust them. I'll show you the adjusters real quick. Adjusters are here and down in there. So just turn those, get them adjusted just right, and be good to go. Okay, back out of the wind. If you decide to do this, I'll put a link in the description. Looks like I need to adjust that one. Just push it down a little bit. It looks like it's up a little bit in that corner. There's a little wiggle room in those lights. But I'll put a link in the description to the headlights, you know, the package with the headlight and the turn signals. You know, I did have to kind of rotate that locking ring or whatever on for the headlight bulb, but that may just be because I'm running LED headlights. You know, really a normal bulb, it's not going to matter that much, you know, in the orientation of that, but with LEDs, or at least my LEDs, it does. And my LEDs, a lot of them you can adjust the LED. Mine are not adjustable themselves, you know, like the housing, you know, you can rotate it, and mine you just can't. So yeah, so I had to do that on mine, but you may not have to. The you know, otherwise seems fine. I put LED bulbs in I already had LED bulbs in the daytime running lamps, but they've been flickering, so I went ahead and replaced those. And then the turn signal and then corner lamps, I went ahead and put LED bulbs in those. Those were not LED on mine before. So now the front is completely LED except for the high beams, which I'm just gonna leave those halogen for now. I will tell you that for LED turn signals, I think I've read you need to, the flasher module on these does not like LEDs. And when my flasher module went out, it's not your typical, you know, little tin can flasher. This is the actual module on these. Mine went out, and the aftermarket one I replaced it with is one that I specifically bought that one because it is compatible with LED bulbs. I'll put a link to that in the description as well. So if you want to, you know, do full LEDs, I think that is required. I think otherwise you end up with a fast flash, I think it's my understanding. So I'll put a link to that as well. So, and then of course to the bulbs. So anyway, thanks for watching. Leave a comment down below, hit the like button, and subscribe for more.